what's up? It's Joe Ready from Rady's Rides. We're back here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete, and guess what? We have that one mean, lean machine from Audi. This is it. This is an Audi RS Q8. But before we get into this all-wheel drive, twin turbocharged V8 powered machine, let's talk about what's going on here. Audi, this iconic German brand, has been around for decades, really made a name for themselves when they brought out that all-wheel drive Quattro World Rally car, really dominated all of the stages across the globe, and then that led into more of that great engineering brought to road courses. Now, when you look at road racing, no other race out there is at the pinnacle than the coveted 24 Hours of Le Mans. Well, guess what? Audi has won that race overall for many years, but what they've also done is taken that lesson and technology and everything they've learned and brought it into their vehicles that you get to buy and drive every day. Now, we all know about the Audi R8. We just brought you the new Audi RS3. This, being on that Q8 chassis, this is taking it to the next level of extremeness. You might know somebody, or maybe you've even driven yourself, an SQ8. This, though, has those two letters, RS, Racing Sport, Rennsport Q8. That's going to be the highest level of performance. So what I want to find out is this better than the other performance SUVs out there? Things like the Lamborghini Urus, things like the Dodge Durango Hellcat. Let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out, is the RS Q8 the king of those performance SUVs? Let's go ahead and find out. Right off the bat, the proportions. Now, I brought up the name Lamborghini and I brought up the name Urus. That is basically the sister version of this vehicle, because remember, Audi, Lamborghini, they all fall under Volkswagen Auto Group. Now, at the front of the business, you're gonna get that great contemporary style from Audi. They do an awesome job, not only with the shape of their headlight housings, but the way that they do the LED lighting. Turn signals, daytime running lamps, and headlights, of course, are full LED. Now, with this being an RS, not only are you getting gobs of power underneath the hood, you're also gonna get a lot of functionality from the aero. Starting off in this lower corner, these massive corner air intakes to bring nice, cool air for the heat exchangers that are behind them. You'll notice that this one has the carbon fiber package. So we have some gloss black, but then on the far outer edge, we have this carbon fiber piece that actually drips into the splitter area. And like I said, all of this is gonna be functional, and this splitter is meant to give us some downforce. This vehicle was once one of the fastest, and still is, one of the fastest SUVs around the Nordschleife, obviously the Nürburgring in Germany, but definitely has that Audi look. As we come across the front, you have that wide open mouth grille. This is another thing that Audi actually brought into existence that a lot of other brands have kind of simulated and copied. First of all, you'll see the RS Q8 badge. Remember, Racing Sport, Rennsport Q8. Whenever you see that RS, just back away because it's bringing extra performance. This one has the blacked out Auto Union badge, the 4 rings. Normally these are silver. This represents the 4 German auto brands during the World Depression that came together to form Auto Union and eventually Audi. So you have that nice blacked out forward-facing camera, and then I'm gonna have Steven kind of showcase. We have full, somebody just dropped a bucket of carbon fiber all the way around the perimeter, uptown and downtown, and all around, especially with this splitter section. But this is all functional, and it's all about flowing as much air for those heat exchangers. Now, as we get up onto the low slung hood, clean German design. You actually have a rise that is basically most of the hood and just kind of fades away as you get towards the windshield. Other than that, you're gonna have your nice surfaces that go clean into the fenders. Now, when we come around the bend, I hope you like massive wheels, because this RSQ8 takes it to an all new level. Not 20-inch, not 21-inch, not even 22-inch. These are 23-inch wheels, massive in size. You can see that traditional style that Audi is bringing with their wheel design, the machined aluminum, the painted gloss black area. Look at the caliper here. The caliper, 6-piston caliper with the RS badge. That thing is bigger than LeBron James' freaking shoe that he wears when he's slam dunking all those basketballs and winning all those championships. Down below, you'll notice with the Continental Sport Contact 6 tires, you're looking at 295 on the width, 35 series sidewall, and like I said, Quattro, the Italian word for 4. This has all-wheel drive, adaptive suspension, all 4 corners, and then I like the way everything is painted, including the fender openings all the way around. Let me know what you think about the color. I was looking at it and I'm not really digging it, but I'm curious to see what you think about this orange color. Put it in the comment section. Rotors, another thing. Besides large calipers, we have a large rotor over 15 inches in diameter, cross-drilled, fully ventilated, and 2-piece. Those are bigger than the freaking German pizza that you ate last night. And if you're wondering what the heck is a German pizza, that's a pizza with sauerkraut. Yum. Let's continue down the side. No badging, nothing like that to be all gaudy. You have your carbon fiber mirror caps to match all that carbon fiber on the front end of the business. Love the LED lighting. I could do without the roof rails. Is somebody really gonna use this to put a cargo carrier up there or a mountain bike? I'm not too sure about that, but it does have roof rails. You do get a smaller size panoramic roof, which I'll show you that on the interior. Gloss black around the perimeter. Very aggressive bold lines. Another thing I want to show you is when you open up the door, frameless windows. So just like on the Lamborghini Urus, that's something, you know, normally when you see on a lot of SUVs, you open up the door, you have the frame around the windows, not on this RSQ8 and not on the Lamborghini Urus. Size dimensions, it's smaller than a Dodge Durango. So if you're gonna go get a Hellcat with all that horsepower, your Hellcat Durango is a little bigger than this vehicle. Now working your way back, you got that sport coupe design, the way it kind of slopes down into the rear spoiler. Let's focus on these rear tires real quick, because I want to just tell you how insane of a setup this is. So up front, we got 295s. Out back, we got 295s. All 4 corners, obviously be able to send the torque distribution from the rear to the front, because this is rear wheel biased. That means more power is always going to go to the rear, but it sends power to the front to keep that grip, and then swinging it around the back. We got some pluses and we got a couple zonks. So first of all, I'm digging the spoiler. It's got a nice little kick up on the back. This wiper has got to go. Put it underneath here. I think we'd both agree. I think all of us would agree. If you had that gone, it would really clean up the back. That really is the biggest zonk, but what is definitely not a zonk is just like up front, we have more of that great LED lighting. I am gonna have to point out that they did put this like fake vent thing here. Why not just extend it out and paint it? Like, why does it need to be black and look like a vent? I have no idea, but you do have more carbon fiber in the center. And then working our way down from this centerpiece, we have, of course, our RSQ8 badge, and then this massive rear diffuser with dual exhaust, 1 exhaust on each side, oval opening, gloss black tip, and I'm gonna try to finish this on a high note. So let's get the zonk out of the way. This should be smooth. I don't know why they have this fake grill thing going on here, but the great news is we got carbon fiber all the way around on the diffuser. So that's the good news. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and talk horsepower in this RSQ8. Guys, in a day and an age where we're all finding that a lot of manufacturers are shrinking their engines, guess what? With this Audi, there's no shrinkage to worry about. I know that makes a lot of you very happy to hear, because I know that could be a problem for some of you. But anyways, underneath the hood, you do have hood struts. You got probably one of the largest engine covers I've ever seen, But the good news is it's actually pretty attractive. I like the red accents, the RS badge. Obviously, it lets you know what's underneath the plastic. That's gonna be that V8. So what do we got? We got a 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 pumping out 591 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission with that quattro all-wheel drive. 0 to 60 in about 3.2 seconds. Quarter mile goes by in about 12.1 seconds. Top speed around 190 miles an hour. The vehicle weighs 5,300 pounds. MPGs, 15 in the city, 19 on the highway. Now, of course, if you're comparing this to the Lamborghini Urus, those times are pretty much spot on the money between the two. If you're comparing this to Durango, you're looking at that fast quarter mile time, but Durango has the extra weight, but it does have 710 horsepower. The Durango Hellcat, of course. But why don't we go ahead? We got this German beast here. Let's go ahead, let's fire it up and hear its roar. All right, guys, we're inside this Audi RS Q8. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've been looking for a performance SUV. I've been working hard. I freaking deserve it. Everybody in my neighborhood has a BMW, an M5, an X5 M, a this, a that. I'm digging this Audi, especially this color. How much is it? So, asking price for this one is $119,000. Let's see how it stacks up to the competition. To the door panels, you're gonna get some awesome quality materials. Up top, that leather style material with the stitching, real carbon fiber. So you got carbon fiber outside, carbon fiber on the inside, 2 memory seat settings, and a bunch of Alcantara all over the place. And just so you know, Alcantara is actually the name of the company that makes that microfiber suede material. Soft touch on the armrest. Door pocket is a pretty decent size. I would say you could get 2 bratwursts in there with extra mustard and some sauerkraut and a nice bottle of root beer to wash it down. We got the Bang & Olufsen sound system, nice clear tunes. And then going from the door panel to the dash, it's a little bit of a mixed bag for me. I do like the leather material up top with the stitching. I like the carbon fiber. What I am gonna zonk is the amount of gloss black. This is a little gloss black heavy. On a sunny day, I feel like it's gonna blind the driver and the passenger sitting up front. But as we slide to the center stack, you got a 10.25-inch infotainment system screen. I like the way it's integrated into the actual dash area. And what I like even more is, check this out. So when you go into the system and you go home, you then can go into vehicle. Hit that, and now this is where all the goodies are. You could go into your RS monitor, let you know all the temps, transmission, brake rotors, the sport differential. Remember, that's a limited slip diff back there. You could go back. We can make our changes to our Audi Drive Select system. Of course, we got the RS modes. And then working our way down, another nice size screen, TFT display, all your AC controls, hill descent control, heated seats, ventilated seats, the dual climate, easy to work. You can even go into your drive select modes right here. You don't even have to go into the infotainment system. You can hit it right there, start stop button. On the side, we do have carbon fiber, but there is some gloss black to be aware of, and you can see somebody's greasy fingerprint. You know, they were sweating, they're probably picking some earwax out of their ear, and now it's on the gloss black, so you're gonna wanna clean that. 8-speed automatic transmission, 2 cup holders with a 12-volt. There's your RS key fob. Spin it around, there's your buttons with the auto union badge. I wish there was some kind of lid. It just seems unfinished with the way the cup holders are just hanging out. Now with this armrest, it is semi-soft material. You lift it up, you get a nice place for, I would say, 8 to 10 Twizzlers, and then you got wireless charging and a place for an emergency Twinkie. Especially if you're at the Nordschleife and you're trying to break the lap record for production SUV, you're gonna need a Twinkie after you're done running your lap, because that's a long lap. Seats, one piece back, leather, the RS badge. Look at the stitching, the bolstering, full electric assist for the passenger and the driver, of course. And then on top of that, you got that panoramic sunroof, Alcantara all over the headliner. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the virtual cockpit in this jet fighter of an SUV called the RSQ8. Coming over. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. Just like the passenger, you have 2 memory seat settings, tasteful RSQ8 badge to greet you every time you open up the door. Pedal box, perfect right out of a race car. Nice large aluminum dead pedal, brake pedal, and throttle. Seat controls have a nice aluminum finish to them as well, just to make it feel extra special to the tips of your fingers. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of headroom in here. And then of course you got the steering wheel. It's not my favorite steering wheel, but it's also not the worst one I've ever seen. You do have the perforated leather all the way around, the RS badge, which is nice. Of course, the Auto Union badge with the shape of the grille. That's why they do this shape like that, is because the grille, one of my favorite things is the RS mode, which I'll show you what that does in a second. We do have paddles. They're a little bit bigger, but the problem is they're plastic. These should be metal. At this price point, they should be metal paddles. You do have an electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel, and then the dash, that virtual cockpit. Audi's the one that did it first, and they do it so well. Check it out. You could actually change the view very easily. You could also, when you go into RS mode, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, you're ready to go on throttle. Nice clear graphics, and you have a ginormous head-up display. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the back seat where your passenger is gonna be puking as you're cutting those fast laps at the Nordschleife in this RSQ8. All right, guys, passenger seat time. What's interesting is that you're getting the same great carbon fiber, same Alcantara and the leather. You even get a little bit of a Tic Tac holder. So instead of carrying around the Tic Tac box with you, you could just dump them in there and just freshen up your breath after you're done puking back here. But you know what? Check out how the Alcantara comes into the frame rail. You got your AC vents placed up nice and high, extra speakers for that Bang & Olufsen sound system. One piece back, I don't mind this, but the cargo net, like I said, if you're carrying some daggers, some silverware, maybe even a Ginsu knife, it's gonna cut right through this cargo thing. I guess the good news is try to get your kids to want to hold on to soft things and not sharp objects, like a Ginsu knife. But anyways, sliding on over, we got some more AC vents. I like the way they got you covered there. You're also gonna have your AC controls, and they really did a great job making this look like the system up front. 3 stages of heated seats, but no ventilated seats. That's a zonk at this price point, but you do have a 12 volt, 2 USB-Cs, and then room. Even with the lower roof line, you still got plenty of headroom in here. Of course, we got this semi-soft, just like up front, armrest with the 2 of the most complicated cup holders I've ever seen. You gotta open and close this little lid like that. But you know what? Other than that, locks right in. Seats, just like up front, and I got my OCD, it's going crazy. There we go. All right, that looks better. RS with the stitching. Let's go ahead. Steven forgot. Let's get into the cargo area and check out how much space we have in this RSQ8. All right, guys, cargo area time. Even though Steven forgot, I remembered, and this is how we're able to show you. Push the button, nice electric assist, and you know what? Quite a usable space back here. Nice and wide. The height is a little chopped down because of that chopped roof look, but the great news is you do have that emergency cargo net for a box of Twinkies, and you also have an emergency net over here for a box of Yoo-hoo, like a drink box, a couple drink boxes of Yoo-hoo, so you can wash it down. If you're wondering, does this have a spare? No, it does not. No spare to help cut the weight, but how much room are we actually talking about here? That's the big question. So what you're looking at is you're gonna have over, and when I say over, we're talking about with the seats up, 31 cubic feet of space, Fold the seats down, 60.7 cubic feet of space. And that Bang & Olufsen system, which guess what, the subwoofer is underneath here, is 17 speakers of premium sound. But you know what? I don't give a damn about the sound coming out of the speakers. I care about the sound coming out of that exhaust. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle with this twin turbo V8 RSQ8. All right, guys, we're inside this Audi RSQ8. My first time driving one of these, and so glad that it gets to be with you guys having that first time experience. I have it in RS mode, RS1, and if you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Yeah. Oh my God. Jeez. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This thing is a freaking German cruise missile. The way that it builds the torque delivery, the boost build, the whole 9 yards, it just launches you. You don't have to worry about losing traction with that awesome Audi Quattro all-wheel drive system. Visibility is actually really great, even out that rear glass that's very slanted. And then, of course, those massive rotors. You're going to stop on a Euro and give everybody change. But we got to go on throttle again. On throttle, here we go. God, the shifts so fast, so crisp, so precise. I'm actually going to slow down again here just to showcase those brakes. The head-up display, the graphics are very, very clear. And just everywhere you look and touch in here, it is definitely high level. Seats, they got some really nice side bolstering. They're comfy. And of course, you're gonna be able to live with them day in and day out, with them being heated, with them being ventilated, and you got the dual climate control in here. But if you're ready, I'm ready. I wanna do some on throttle again with you. On throttle, here we go. On the brakes, tipping in this right-hand turn. Nice power now. Back on the brakes. Turning is very, very crisp, very precise, and I'm telling you, there's no body roll in this thing. I don't know how they did it, because obviously being an SUV, your center of gravity is going to be higher, which would cause more of that sway effect, whether it be front to back under braking and acceleration, or side to side when you're doing your handling and turning, but you're not getting it in this thing. God, this, it just comes on like a freaking steam locomotive. It's like you're just pouring more and more coal into those burners and just building up that force, just like a freaking locomotive train. And then you come to a brake, no drama. This thing is really incredible what they're doing with technology, with power, performance in an SUV. We gotta do it again, right? We gotta go on throttle again. I mean, I got to. That's what you come here for. On throttle, here we go. Shit. Wow, look at it. Look how it holds the line very nicely done. Yes! Now, if you're wondering, is everything rainbows and moonbeams and just bright sunny days? No. What I would like, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, is a little bit more sound. I'm getting it when you're on throttle, and it's pretty good, but I would like a little bit more bark to kind of fit the bite. That's what I really think needs to be there. Maybe some pops, some crackles, some snaps. But other than that, performance-wise, I mean, this is gonna outperform a Dodge Durango Hellcat. I don't care how many horsepower that they're throwing at it for 2023. It's gonna be close between this and the Lamborghini Urus. Obviously, you go Lamborghini, higher price tag, but you also get that Lamborghini name. And then if you're comparing this to a BMW, say like X5 M, I think this is gonna also cause that SUV a lot of pain and grief because of the performance. But let's go ahead and do this one more time. It never gets old. On throttle, here we go. I love the way it's got the shift lights, not only on the dash, but the head-up display. Yeah, get it! Back on those brakes. Oh my God. This is seriously pure insanity what Audi has done with this RSQ8. Pure insanity. Pure insanity. All right, guys, I kind of fibbed. We got one more here. We got one more we got to do from a slow roll. On throttle, here we go. Nice, the front end grip is there. And then you just power out of the turn. I mean, you just power right out. Unbelievable. Back on the brakes. But it changes direction so quickly. So quick. And then it just pours on the steam, man. I mean, it just builds and builds and builds and builds. It really is pure insanity in this vehicle. Crazy. Here we go, on throttle. It really just freaking melts your brain how quick this thing is. But we got to get back now to Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg. They want their RSQ8 back. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys. It's been one of those mind-melting kind of days here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg. Definitely want to thank Jeff, Miro, the whole crew getting us access to this RSQ8. Let me know what you think. Is this the best performance SUV recipe? Or are you going to go with that sister brand Lamborghini, or maybe go American with that Hemi supercharged V8? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Ladies Rides family. We definitely need to give it up to Stephen Flood. Stephen Flood Photography, working it like a champ in the cooler weather. Show him some love in the comment section. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.